So in Act 4, Scene 1, we got a few new pieces of information as we saw Iago's plan solidify, and we're really getting a clear portrait of a marriage falling apart at the seams, just a total disaster, as Othello more and more believes Iago over everyone else close to him. So what was the new piece of information that really clinched it for Othello that Desdemona was cheating with him? What did he witness that we saw yesterday? Yeah, Karina. Hold on. Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure when Iago put him in the cell for whatever reason, then Cassio came in and then Iago gave him the handkerchief that he asked for her to replicate, but then Othello thought that it was the one that he did Desdemona.
Yes. I'm just gonna put this on the screen. Okay. So there's this conversation between Cassio and Iago. They're actually talking about Bianca, Cassio's girlfriend, and how Bianca wants to marry Cassio and he's not interested. Othello misinterprets that conversation, thinks they're talking about Desdemona, thinks Cassio is talking about how Desdemona wants to marry him and how he sees that as just a fling, and it becomes further proof. He becomes enraged. He sees the handkerchief. He's like, this is all I need. Now I know the truth. Iago is right. Things take a really violent and drastic turn. What does Othello declare that he's going to do to Desdemona now? Kendall.
He's gonna kill her, and I think he said that he was gonna kill her in Cassio's bed.
Yes. Well, so the line is, get me some poison, Iago, this night. So first he says, I'll poison her. I'll not expostulate with her. I'm not going to argue with her, lest her body and beauty unprovide my mind again. I don't want to talk to her because she'll talk me out of my anger. I want to be angry with her. And Iago's like, do it not with poison. Strangle her in her bed, even the bed she hath contaminated. And Othello says, good, good. The justice of it pleases. Very good. It's kind of messed up, to be honest. Why do you think Iago says, no, don't poison her, strangle her in her bed? Well, why say that? I mean, part of it is just because Iago's this twisted villain, but what's he going for here? What does this show us about Iago that he says, no, don't poison her, strangle her in her sheets? There's no one right answer here, but that's suggestive that he wants Othello to do that instead. Any thoughts? Okay, Kendall, go ahead.
Would it be because strangling would be more personal, like you're physically killing someone? If you poison, it's not really you killing. I know that sounds bad, but...
No, I think you're onto something there. It is more personal. You're literally holding the person, you're seeing them face to face. And so even though it's more painful for Desdemona, it's also more painful for Othello. So Othello is going to be kind of scarred more if he kills Desdemona that way. So he's trying to, I think, maximize Othello's suffering. Also, Othello notes that there's some justice to it. Good, the justice of it pleases me. There's some poetic justice in his mind that his wife cheated on him, so he's going to kill her in the place where she cheated. You might notice that there are lots of mentions of sheets in the bedroom whenever Iago's talking, and it seems like he's kind of leading us towards this idea of murdering her in the bed where she supposedly had an affair, or she did. What's the other big kind of threshold that Othello crosses, the thing he does that's beyond the pale, that's really dramatic and harsh towards Desdemona in that last scene that we read yesterday. Let me hear from someone other than Othello. What does Othello do to Desdemona right in front of this crowd? Okay. Yeah, exactly. He hits her. He slaps her on the face, simply because she's asking him to make amends with Cassio. Every time she says, "Hey, you and Cassio should be friends again," he takes that to mean, "Oh yeah, she loves Cassio. That's why she's saying that." So things are really bad. Othello is full on angry, full on furious, full on homicidal, and Desdemona doesn't even really know why. Okay. So let's look at the next scene. I'm going to show you a clip from the Globe Theater version, so not the Hollywood one. I know I'm alternating back and forth. I think they each have their strengths. The Globe Theater one just has more of the lines. So we'll watch this one, and then I'll stop in periodically to check that we know what's happening. So give me 1 second here to get set up. Okay, here we go.
You have seen nothing, then?
Nor ever heard, nor ever did suspect.
Yes. And you have seen
So this,
Cassio and she together.
But then I saw no harm. And then I heard each syllable that breath made up between them.
What, did they never whisper?
Never, my
Nor
lord.
send you out of the way?
Never.
To fetch a fan, her gloves, her mask, nor nothing?
Never, my lord.
That's strange.
I durst, my lord, to wager she is honest. Lay down my soul at stake. If you think other, remove your thought. It doth abuse your bosom. If any wretch hath put this in your head, let heaven requite it with the serpent's curse. For if she be not honest, chaste, and true, there's no man happy. The purest of their wives is foul as slander.
Bid her come hither. Go! She says enough. That she's a simple bawd that cannot say as much. This is a subtle whore, a closet lock and key of villainous secrets, and yet she'll kneel and pray. I've seen her do it.
My lord, what is your will?
Pray you.
let me just pause there before Desdemona comes in. So you saw Othello there talking to Amelia. What are they talking about? What is Amelia trying to convince him of? Sure. Exactly. She's arguing on behalf of Desdemona. Desdemona would never cheat. She loves you. Specifically, he says, have you seen nothing then? He's kind of asking, have you seen Cassio and Desdemona talking? Have they ever done anything strange or suspicious? She's like, no, yeah, I've seen them talking before. I've seen, but they've never snuck away. They've never done anything shady. They've never been in the closet alone together or anything like that. Everything is normal. What does Othello says? He says, she says enough, yet she's a simple bawd. That is to say, Amelia is a simple bawd that cannot say as much. Does Othello believe her? You could just nod or shake your head. Yeah, no, he does not believe her. And why not? This is someone who's providing direct evidence that would contradict his worst fears. That would seem like a good thing. Why doesn't he believe her? It's the same reason, that kind of thing we've talked about before. Right? Why wouldn't he believe this new piece of evidence? I need to start calling on people again. We'll call on, I guess Hannah. You're right here with me. Why do you think he doesn't believe this, Bianca, or Amelia?
I would say Apollo's really mad. He won't believe this because he's already so mad at Simone. He just wants to believe it. He doesn't know his mind.
Yeah, good. He's kind of made up his mind, and any evidence that contradicts them, he's just kind of ignoring. It's almost like conspiracy theorists who like have their beliefs, and no matter what evidence you show, no matter how substantial, they're just gonna say no. Like they're just lying. She's defending Desdemona. That's it. Yeah, his mind's already set. Okay, let's continue here. We'll see Desdemona come in now.
Come hither.
What is your pleasure?
Look in my eyes. Let me see your face.
What horrible fancy is this?
Some of your function, mistress. Leave procreants alone and shut the door. Cough or cry hem if anybody come. Your mystery. Your mystery. Nay, despite.
Upon my knee, what doth your speech import? I understand a fury in your words, but not the words.
Why? What art thou?
Your wife, my lord. Your true and loyal wife.
Come. Swear it. Damn thyself. Lest being like one of heaven, the devils themselves should fear to seize thee, therefore be double damned. Swear thou art honest.
Heaven doth truly know it.
Heaven truly knows that thou art false as hell.
To whom, my lord, with whom? How am I false?
Desdemona, away, away, away!
Alas, the heavy day. Why do you weep? Am I the motive of these tears, my lord? If haply you, my father, do suspect an instrument of this your calling back, lay not your blame on me. If you have lost him, I have lost him too.
Had it pleased heaven to try me with affliction, had they rained all kind of sores and shames on my bare head, steeped me in poverty to the very lips, given to captivity me, and my utmost hopes I should have found in some place of my soul a drop of patience. But alas, to make me the fixed figure for the time of scorn, to point his slow, unmoving finger at. Yet could I bear that too? Well, very well. But there, where I have garnered up my heart, where either I must live or bear no life, the fountain from the which my current runs, or else dries up, to be discarded thence, or keep it as a cistern for foul toads to knot and gender in. Turn thy complexion there, patience, thou young and rose-lipped cherubim. I, here, look grim as hell.
I hope my noble lord esteems me honest.
Oh, aye. As summer flies are in the shambles that quicken even with the blowing. Oh, thou weed, who art so lovely fair, who smellst so sweet that the sense aches at thee. Well, thou hast ne'er been born.
Alas! What ignorant sin have I committed?
Was this fair paper, this most goodly book, made to write whore upon what committed? I should make very forges of my cheeks that would to cinders burn up modesty, did I but speak thy deeds, what committed. Heaven stops the nose at it, and the moon winks. The bawdy wind that kisses all it meets is hushed within the hollow mine of earth, and will not hear it. What committed? impudent strumpet!
By heaven, you do me wrong.
Are not you a strumpet?
No! As I am a Christian, if to preserve this vessel for my lord from any other foul unlawful touch be not to be a strumpet, I am none.
What, not a whore?
No! As I shall be saved.
Is't possible?
Oh, heaven forgive us!
I cry you mercy, then. I took you for that cunning whore of Venice that did marry with Othello. Mistress, you that has the office opposite St. Peter and keeps the gate of hell. You, we have done our course. Here's money for your pains. I pray you, turn the key and keep our counsel.
Alas, what does this gentleman conceive? How do you...
Okay, we'll just pause there. It's a pretty intense scene. And, remember the last interaction they had, fellow slapped her, and now she's trying to figure out why. She genuinely has absolutely no idea why he's angry and asks about it, like, what have I done? All he keeps saying is, no, you're a strumpet, promiscuous woman, and he uses much worse language than that. It's kind of interesting. This whole scheme, Iago's whole scheme would unravel if he just specified what he's accusing her of, and he never does that. He never just says, hey, Iago said that you were sleeping with Cassio, and you're like, what? Of course not. Why would Iago say that? But no. Anyone catch the reason he gives for not saying what she's done? Yeah, it's like, I should make very forges of my cheeks that would to cinders burn up modesty, did I but speak thy deeds. Kind of like I would make my mouth into a furnace, this really hot burning place, almost like hell, if I were to just speak aloud what you've done. What you've done is so terrible, I can't even utter it. But if he did, then it would solve all his problems. But you see the intensity of what he thinks she did wrong. He says, had it pleased heaven to try me with affliction, if heaven had made me terribly sick, had they rained all kinds of sores and shames on me, if fortune made me like filled with pain and shame, steeped me in poverty to the very lips, if I became poor, all of that would be better than what you've done, because you've taken away, my honor, and I trusted you more than anyone else, and you've betrayed me. So it's a very heartfelt speech, but it's just wrong, unfortunately. Okay, we'll end there, and we'll talk about the rest of this scene tomorrow. Again, read Act 4, Scene 2. I'll see you on Zoom from the La Luna Library, and enjoy the rest of your day. See you later, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.